everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a video about, RotMG, the thing that gets me all my views, and the reason why I actually have a single subscribe, and the reason why I actually have more than 12 views on my channel. So yeah, here we go, the RotMG God Guide. Before we start, I want to just let you know that this video is just about squarely aimed to two groups of people. Number one, pretty obvious, beginners. Oh my god, there's a spider outside, it's so big. What the frick, how did it get there? So yeah, the first group is the beginners. Because they're gonna need this. And here's a note for you beginners. Don't go here until you're level 20. Well, for now, but when you get a little bit better at the game and you're better at dodging, shooting, aiming, more familiar, you can start going at level 10, 15. So yeah, and the second group of people who this is aimed to is some OG players who are looking for a little nostalgia. So yeah. So if you're a sweat and you're looking for nostalgia, I guess this video is for you. Or look at Towers one, you'll get more nostalgia. Seriously, if you just want to watch a big variety of this is for you. And if you're just bored and you want to watch anything and this came up and you're watching it, then why not? I want some views. Well, let's begin. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe because these aren't easy to make. They're fun to make, but that doesn't mean they're easy. So yeah. Let's just see the first challenges we're going to be facing in the Godlands. So the Godlands is basically the mountains area. You will go through the lowlands, then the midlands, and the highlands. And then eventually when you get to the grey stony area with rocks and lava pools, and lava fishes and demons and stuff, you're in the Godlands. So here's what to do. First, there are regular gods. And we're going to be doing also lesser gods, uncommon gods, and lucky gods. And we're going to be starting with the regular gods. First up, Medusa, who has a whopping 2000 HP, 18 defense, and 195 XP. She also has a green bullet that does 100 damage and a red grenade that does 150. Also, the speed of the bullet is 7 seconds per tile. And the range of the bullet's 14 and the range of the grenade's 8 tiles. She also drops T6, T7 weapons in Tier 8. She also drops T6 and T7 armors. She also drops T8 armors, T9 armors, T3 abilities, T4 weapons, T3 ranks, T4 ranks. And also she drops common and uncommon pet eggs. Don't skip them, hatch them. And if you don't get healing, magic heal, or an electrical, then release them. So you can also drop a potion of speed, which for a beginner, which is kind of easy for a beginner to max. And it's actually not that useless. It's pretty good. She also drops a mini Medusa pet skin. So all these characters drop pet skins of themselves. And she also drops a snake pet, which I actually did a video on. So check it out. The Sprite God, not the Pepsi God, not the Coke God, the Sprite God. She has 2000 HP, 12 defense, and 195 XP. He also has a bullet that does 100 damage, which goes 7 tiles per second, and a range of 14 tiles. And also there's the most annoying boomerang. It does no damage, but silences you for 4 seconds. It also goes for a speed of 6 and a range of 14.4 targets, and also it pierces. And here's what's annoying about it: it only silences, which means you can't use your ability. But actually, back in the old RotMG, it was way more annoying. It quieted you for 10 seconds, which is super annoying. That's the last thing you want to get hit by. Come on, next god. Oh, and just a heads up, I'm not actually going to be doing the lucky gods and the uncommon guns. So gods, we're just going to be doing the lesser and regular ones because I don't have that much storage. So here, the Beholder, who has only 1,500 HP, 12 defense, and 150 XP. Also has some cool looking bullet that does 120 damage, and a star that blinds you for 3 seconds, and it used to be 5. His drops are T6 weapons and armor, and also T7 and Tier 8 weapons and T7 armor. Purple bag loots Tier 8 armor, Tier 9 armor, T3 abilities, T4 abilities, T3 rings, T4 rings, common arm, common pet eggs, the personal defense, which is opinionally the most important one you can get dropped. The mini pepper holder skin, which just looks so cute, and the cursed library. Now the Dision, which I think is supposed to be a genie, who has only 1,000 HP, but here's what it does. When it actually gets down to 500 HP, it just self-destructs, which means you only have to do 500. So it's 500 HP, total defense, and 100 XP. He also has a bullet that does 60 damage. So here's the thing. He fires it rapidly out of him, which means like you have to be kind of careful and like be good at dodging if you want to avoid that. But if you're an 8/8 knight, then just sit on him like you'll not take any damage. He drops T6, T7 weapons and T8. He also drops T6, T7 armor, purple get bag loot, T8, T9 armor, T3, T4 abilities, T3, T4 rings, common and uncommon pet eggs, the potion of speed, and the mini digit pet egg. It looks alright. And the T cave, the cave of 1,000 treasures. Maybe I would do a guide on that. I probably will. And also, don't avoid it when you see it. Where you have, just call on chat because you can get the mark and you can trade it in for like a purple chest. So yeah. The Leviathan, aka the Noob Slayer, who has a whopping 2,000 HP, 20 defense, and 195 HP, XP. Yeah, he also has a 2 bullets that do 70 and 990 damage. But here's the thing, he does them like rapidly in a pattern. Like so many bullets at once. Like you just take a shotgun you just take one shotgun of it on an 8/8 and you're still like pretty much dead. So yeah. So just keep your distance, get familiar with the pattern, train your fingers and you'll be good. Now let's look about the drops. He has the classic T6, T7, T8 weapons, T6 and T7 armor, T8, T9 armor, T3, T4 abilities, T3, T4 rings, common and uncommon pet eggs, a potion of defense, the mini Leviathan pet skin, which looks weird, and a puppet master's feeder, which I am going to do a video on that. Looks like we got something from the Wizard of Oz, the Ant God, who has only 1,000 HP, 18 defense, and 100 XP. He also has a bullet that does 70 damage at 8 tiles per second. But here's the thing. He predicts your movements. And his shots are really fast. So move to the side, he'll shoot to the side. You move to the right, he'll shoot to the right. So here's the thing. You gotta trick him. Move in one direction, at the last second, switch directions. And you'll eventually outsmart him and kill him. So yeah, let's talk about the drops. He drops T6, T7, T8 weapons, T6, T7, T8, T9 armor, T3, T4 abilities, T4, T4 rings, common and uncommon pet eggs, the potion of defense, which I think is actually pretty worth it. It's a pretty easy kill, and a potion of defense, which is, in my book, a win-win. The mini god pet skin, which looks like some Pokemon for a reason, and the magic words, which just causes lag on which just creates a bunch of lag on most computers, so just avoid it. And it doesn't have any drops that are really worth it anyways. Finally, something a little bit easy, the Flying Brain. So yeah, that's the Flying Brain, who only has 1,000 HP, 12 defense, and still a good 100 XP. He also has a fast bullet that does 50 damage, but he shoots in a star shape, and it shoots pretty fast. So yeah, just go to the side and you'll be all good. And also it's pretty well worth it. He drops the classic stuff, like nothing different. He also drops a potion of attack, which is pretty good for something that easy. The mini flying brain potion that looks like, I don't know, a statue. And the Mad Lab, which I think is really good. It's probably one of my favorite Godland dungeons. Yeah, Dr. Terrible is a pretty fun boss, I have to admit. So yeah, let's talk about the rest of the guys. The Ghost God, aka the Melee Killer, who has 1000 HP, 12 defense, and 100 XP. He also shoots a ginormous current of these white bullets that do 120 damage. They are pretty slow, but that's why it's called the Melee Killer. He shoots a billion of them at once, but it's all just going to one direction. So just keep a little distance. Stun them if you can, and yeah, you'll be all good. Okay, next god, the Slime God. Personally, my least favorite god, just because of the way he is. Who only has 1000 HP, 12 defense, and 100 XP. But this is why I hate him. He has a bullet that does 800 freaking damage, and 80 damage. A star that slows you down for 3 seconds. But here's the thing, that he, just like the Ant God, he predicts your movements, and he shoots a bit faster than the Ant God. And here's the other thing, he slows you, and he shoots in a shotgun. That's why he's so hard and I hate him. But the good news is, he drops a potion of defense, a pet that looks like a cave, and the Toxic Sewers, which is a really fun dungeon, I have to admit. Also, you can get 5 defense from it if you're lucky. So yeah. Something that I can arguably say is the second easiest god, the White Demon, who has 1000 HP, 12 defense, and 100 XP. Who also shoots these spiral things that does where he shoots 3 at once. And kind of sort of slowly. But here's the thing, you're probably what? That's even easier than Flying Brain. But the armor pierce, which means no matter if you have 1 defense, you have over 100 defense, it'll always do 45 damage. So, which is why the Knights is the least efficient class to use to kill this guy. But yeah, he's still easy, no matter what class you're using. So yeah, let's look about the drops. He drops an attack potion, the mini White Demon thing, which kind of looks like a bird. Only Best of Demons, which is a hard dungeon, and you should work a little before you do it. Just like a few of the other dungeons, just play a little and then go to these kind of ones. So yeah. And now the final 3 gods: the Steel, the Rock, and the Woodcraft Constructs. They're all basically the same. So let's talk about their stats. They have 2000 HP each, 20 defense, and 150 XP. They all shoot bullets that do 50 damage. But here's the thing, they actually are all in groups of 3, and they have so much defense, and they also, every time you hit them, they'll just heal each other. So I think the best thing to do when you see them is pass them. It's not worth it. Too much time, too much energy, too much mana. Yeah, it's not worth it. Let's just talk about the drops. Actually, these guys kind of suck. Look, they do drop health and magic potions, but here's the thing: they only drop T5 and T5 weapons and armor, and also T6 weapons and armor, T7 weapons, T3 abilities, T7 armor, and T3 rings. They do drop an attack pot, and they also have a chance to drop the machine. It's a really hard dungeon. Don't do it yet. Don't do it for at least a month or 2. Yeah, it's basically crazy. Super hard to do. It's really hard, and the loot is hardly worth it. So yeah. Now finally, the lesser gods. Hey look, looks like we got a villain from Spider-Man, the Flare God, who has only 14,000 HP, 12 defense, but they do have a good 280 XP. They do have a green bullet that does 60 damage. And also they have a star that'll silence you for 4 seconds. So yeah, nothing threatening. And let's just talk about the drops. They drop T5, T6 weapons, T4, T5, T6 armor, T7 weapons, T3 abilities, T3 rings, the purple drake egg, which is fun, and the 2 pet eggs, and the ancient ruins. Unfortunately, they don't drop a pot, but who cares? Oh, come on, RotMG, I played you running Spider-Man the Lizard God, who only has 900 HP, 12 defense, but a whopping 360 XP. And he only has a green bullet that does 65 damage. He drops the classic T5, T6 weapons and T7, T4, T5, T6 armors, T3 abilities, T3 rings. I think all these guys drop the purple drake egg. I think they all drop the same stuff. But he also drops the common pet eggs and the uncommon ones and the snake pit. Which, like I said, I do have a guide on, so check it out. Okay, now we got an ancient Greek monster, the Minotaur, who only has 850 HP, only 7 defense, and only 144 XP. But however, he does have a bullet that does 52 freaking damage and 28. And he does drop like all this poop that we're all used to in the ancient ruins, which I might do a guide on. Finally, the last one, the Undead Dwarf God. Oh, and here's a fact. Did you know these were actually what the constructs used to look like before they got updated? Yeah, I don't like the new textures. So yeah. He only has 800 HP, 11 defense, and 160 XP. He also has a bullet that does 60 damage. Also, he does have a star that just confuses you for 3 seconds, and that's it. And he drops the snake pit. Thank you all so much for watching. Do you like my Medusa? I do. So yeah, thanks all so much for watching. This was kind of hard to make. My neck hurts from animating. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe because these are hard work and they're not easy. And I also want you to leave a lot of likes. It's because I want views. When I wake up and I see like 40 views, I get super excited and happy. So yeah, you want me to be super excited and happy, right? Oh well, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you're a nerd, get out of here.